Hello and welcome to Watch It Played. My name is Rodney Smith, and in this video we're going to learn the 3-day player game Guerrilla Marketing, designed by Adam Wise and published by Roxley Games, who helped sponsor this video. The CEO of your advertising agency was so disappointed with the staff he fired every one of his executives and loudly proclaimed that a hired team of gorillas could get better results. And that's when he decided to do just that. Hire a team of gorillas, and you're one of them. So join me at the table and let's learn how to play. To set up, give each player one of these booklets and a dry erase marker. The rest you can return to the box. Then put the 16 banana tokens in the middle of the play area and place the 8 dice into the bag. Next, the players will decide on a theme to use for their game. College courses, movies, products, companies, bands, or food trucks. Taking the related leaflet and putting it in the middle of the play area. The other themes can just be returned to the box. Now, one of the players draws and rolls a die from the bag, comparing the result against the categories at the top of the leaflet, writing the matching category here at the top of their booklet. They then put the die back in the bag and the next player goes. Now, if someone ever gets the same category as someone else, put the die back and draw and roll again until you get something different that they then add to the top of their booklet. Continue doing this until every player has their own category. And that's the setup. In guerrilla marketing, players will try to come up with the funniest or cleverest marketing ideas and slogans in order to gain what every good guerrilla wants: bananas. Get the most bananas and you win. The game is broken into 2 halves or rounds, starting with the first round, which is called naming things. And this portion of the game has 2 phases, and these phases are explained right here on your booklet. During the naming phase, every player will pass their booklet to the player on their left, and then you pick someone who will be the active player that will roll the dice this turn. They draw a die and roll it, and then keep drawing and rolling dice one after the other, putting them in a row from left to right until they either get 2 red letters or a total of 4 dice, whichever comes first. Some dice will show a 2 times symbol, and this just means that you count the next die twice. So this would be LRR, for example. Other sides might show a blank symbol. This will just reduce the number of letters that you have to work with. Now, don't forget, as soon as you draw 2 red sides, you stop drawing from the bag. Now, in a rare case like this, where you drew no letters, just put all the dice back in the bag and start over. With the dice rolled, whatever they end up being, you now move to the right step of your turn, which everyone gets to take part in. All players now open the booklet they are holding to an empty page and then write a title matching the category at the top of their booklet using the acronym created by the letters that were rolled. For example, I would need to come up with a pest control company name where each word starts in order with B, A, S, and then D. When making your title, you can insert as many ands, ofs, and thes into it as you like, no matter what dice were rolled. And if you ever get stuck trying to think of a word, feel free to ask the table to suggest one that starts with a letter that's stumping you. This might just help get your creative juices going. I decided that my title would be "The Bugs Are Sort of Dead." Now, when you're done, you mark the tab that you used with an X. Once everyone is done writing something on their tab and marking it with an X, it's time for the pass step of the turn. Everyone flips their booklet back to the cover page and then passes it to the left. The active player then returns all of the dice to the bag and passes it to the next player on their left, who will then be the new active player, and repeats those steps, drawing new dice so people can write new titles in their newly received booklets. The game continues like this, with players making titles on blank tabs and passing the books until eventually each person ends up with their original book. Then it's the judging phase. Here, each player takes a turn in any order and on a turn performs 3 steps. First, check the round 1 judging phase section of the leaflet and then draw and roll 1 die, finding the matching award here on the left. Then draw and roll another die to get an award on the right. These are the 2 awards that you'll have to choose from. In this case, either Most Annoying Phone Support or Best Executive Bathroom. You'll pick the one that you like best announcing the award and the category at the top of your booklet. Then move to the Choose step. Here, you'll flip through the pages of your booklet and enthusiastically read out the submitted titles that other players wrote in it. Here I have the one for the category Dentistry, and one of the company names was We Love Cavities. The other one here is The Tooth Takers. Now, you choose the title that you like best, and it could be because you like how it matches the award, or you might just think it's the funniest or the most clever. You're the judge, it's up to you. The player whose answer was chosen then reveals that they wrote it, and they collect a banana from the center of the table. Then to end your turn, you clean up by writing the winning title here at the top of your booklet, and then you erase all of the answers on the tab pages, including any X's. Finally, return the dice to the bag and then pass them to a player who hasn't judged their titles yet, and then they repeat the same steps. Once everyone is judged and picked their winning title, it's time to move to the second half of the game, round 2, marketing. Sure, you've got amazing titles, but now it's time to jazz them up with some fancy slogans. This round also begins with a writing phase, and everyone first passes their booklet to the player on their left. Here, just like in round 1, players will take turns drawing and rolling dice, following all of these same rules to create a series of letters that they will then use to write a tagline or slogan on an empty page of the booklet they're holding. A tagline, if you don't know, is like a 3 or 4 word summary of a movie. As an example, for the movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off, it was one man's struggle to take it easy. Players will keep writing slogans and passing booklets until everyone is holding their own again. And then you hold another judging phase just like in round 1. This time, however, when you roll the dice for the award category, use the other side of the leaflet. Again, players will read out their collected taglines after reminding everyone of the product title. For example, for pest control, the company title was The Bugs Are Sort of Dead. And one of the taglines here is, We Tried Our Best. The current player will then pick their favorite amongst the different taglines, and the player who wrote it will collect a banana. Once all of the slogans have been judged and picked, the player with the most bananas wins. And if there's a tie, then the tied players share the victory. And that's how you play guerrilla marketing. If you have any questions about anything you saw here, feel free to put them in the comments below, and I'll gladly answer them as soon as I get a chance. You'll also find forums for discussion, pictures, other videos, and lots more over on the games page at BoardGameGeek, and I'll put a link to that in the description below. And if you found this video helpful, please consider giving it a like, subscribing, and clicking that little bell icon so you get notification anytime we post a new video. But until next time, thanks for watching.